Hi, I'm Sally Dunbar with YourFairOaksRealtor.com. Write that down. I want to talk with you today about pricing your home. It's particularly important in this market that you price your home properly. And my main reason is that if you price your home too high with those high expectations, you might even find a buyer who's willing to pay that price. However, most buyers are going to be getting loans, and loans are at the mercy of the appraisal. If the house doesn't appraise, either the buyer can't get the loan or the buyer will have to make up the difference. And to be honest, would you pay more for your house than it would appraise for? I don't think so if you were trying to buy a home. So the buyers usually won't either. Now, sometimes they will. Sometimes they will bring the extra cash to make up that difference, but for the most part, no. So you are going to be limited by the amount of the appraisal. My suggestion, be realistic right up front. Don't even bother putting your house on the market if that price is not something that you're willing to abide by. Now, here comes the key. How the heck do you know what it's going to appraise for? I think by understanding the general guidelines that appraisals have to follow, you will have a whole lot more education about this. So we are very tightly regulated in this industry in terms of how the appraisals happen. There's a lot of reasons for that. Bottom line is we are. So here's what I have experienced is really the kind of the three biggest areas. The first is when the appraiser is looking for comparables. They look for the comps, okay, other houses that have sold hopefully kind of in your neighborhood that give us a clue as to what the price is. What they look for, first of all, they want homes that are pretty close in size to yours. Generally, they're not going to go more than 10% higher or 10% lower. Let's see if I can do the math. If you've got a 1,500 square foot house, they're going to go 1,700 square feet, maybe 1,300 square feet. They need houses in that range. They can't use the house next door that was twice the size because the seller did this monstro addition. It ain't going to happen. They won't use that. So that's first thing, size. Second thing is they want recent comps. If they can find comps within the last 60 days, that would be best. If they can't find them within 60, they'll go to 90, but they're not going to go back 6 months. They're going to look very recently. The third thing, so you've got size, you've got when they closed. The third thing is how close they are. Now, I can't give you an exact distance that they need to be, but the appraiser is going to use the closest comps that make sense. You know, maybe a quarter mile or half a mile, I really can't give you the exact guideline, and it depends from property to property, but they need them close in size, and recent. So you say, you know what, I don't think I'm going to like the way that they appraise it because I've got 3 foreclosures that happen on my street that are going to pull my price down. Yeah, you're right, they are, and that's life. So understand it. Understand those are the rules, and then try to play within the rules, or you'll just be frustrated. Now, what happens if you don't like the appraised value? If you don't like the most likely appraised value, you've got a couple of options. You either choose to not sell. You know, maybe you want to wait and hope that our market increases over the next year or two or whatever, and sell then. That's one option. The second option is you just flat out don't sell. You can hope that you get a cash buyer who also is not very educated on the market, but you know, good luck. It just isn't going to happen. So I think your best bet, be realistic. Do not let a real estate agent who's overly enthusiastic and loves your house and says, I can sell your house for X, unless they can prove it with the comps. Now, I want to just tell you what happens if you think, well, you know what, I'm going to like bribe this appraisal process. I'm going to give the guy a bottle of finest whiskey and see what I can do to really encourage them to, you know, make sure that they use the right comps that I like. Let's say you do that and it works, which by the way it will not, but let's say it does work. You get this appraisal that is really stretching the limits. What happens in many cases is once the loan gets submitted to the underwriter, it goes for the final approval, and there is a desk reviewer, a desk appraiser who will be reviewing that appraisal. So they're going to take a look at it. They're going to run their own comps. They're going to go into the computer and magically pull up the comps that to them support the price. They may not be the same comps. If they see that the appraiser stretched themselves and used the very maximum value that they could, but yet they're seeing other foreclosures, other short sales, unfortunately they use those as well. They're seeing other sales that support a much lower price. They may very well redo that appraisal, basically, and screw up your loan. So in that case, you know, again, the buyer would have to bring the difference, or maybe you can, I forgot the word, but rebut, or maybe the appraiser can rebut that appraisal, but it's very difficult. So anyway, it doesn't do you much good. The best thing, be realistic about your pricing. Talk to an agent who proves to you and shows to you what all the comps are, because not only are you just relying on your agent's opinion, use your own common sense. Look at them yourself and be realistic about what your expectations are. So that's it. Good luck. I hope you are successful in selling your house for a price you're happy with. If you want any help, I'm at yourfairoaksrealtor.com. Sally Dunbar, area code 916-535-0356. Love to talk to you. I'm in the Fair Oaks area, by the way. Okay, bye.